وَالْعَالَمُ بِجَمِيعِ أَجْزَائِهِ مُحْدَثٌ. And the world, with all of its components, is an event, or an occurrence, or a happening. إِذْ هُوَ أَعْيَانٌ وَأَعْرَاضٌ. Since it is things made of volume, things of volume or substance, things of substance and qualities. Yani, the world with all of its components, and Nasafiyyah says, is a happening or an event or an occurrence, something that takes place. That means not eternal, created, happening in time. Because this world with all of its components is things of substance. It is in totality what? Things of substance, a'yan. And what else is it? Qualities. That's all of what this world is made of. Things of substance, yani things that have volume with the qualities of that substance, those substances. So then, if the substance has a beginning and the quality has a beginning, if all the substances have a beginning and all of the qualities have a beginning, then that entire world,
power off.
Then that entire world that's made of substance and qualities would also be created. فَالْأَعْيَانُ مَا لَهُ قِيَامٌ بِذَاتِهِ. The substances are those things that have an independent existence. Those things that have an independent existence. Qiyam, we don't have to translate qiyam as standing here, an independent standing, because qiyam can mean existing. وَهُوَ إِمَّا مُرَكَّبٌ وَهُوَ الْجِسْمُ. And this substance would either be composed, which is what we're going to call a body. Composed means at least two parts. You can't be composed with less than two parts, less than two. أو غير مركب, or that said substance would be not composed. So that means it would be a single piece. Literally a single unit, a single piece. Indivisible. كالجوهر, like the jawhar, the indivisible particle. And his saying, kal jawhar, with the kaf, like the jawhar, is a strategy. Because when you talk to an opponent, he might not agree with your terms. So you want to use terms that will not stall your progress with your opponent. Meaning, you don't want to argue semantics with this person when there's a greater point to get to. So for argument's sake, you might use some words. So the author here, he said, kal jawhar, أو غير مركب كالجوهر, or it's not composed like the indivisible particle. Well, what else though? So that's what we know to be not composed. There's a single indivisible piece. Unless you want to talk about time, there is a single indivisible unit of time. Okay, so why he said like the Johar? to teach us a lesson, to signal to how to argue or how to talk for argument's sake sometimes. So we took that from Sheikh Abdul Rahman Ammash, that pointer there. I embellished what he said a little bit. Yani, I elaborated for you a little bit more than he elaborated for us, just to try to make it clear. وهو الجزء الذي لا يتجزأ, and that is the piece that cannot be split. And what's the benefit of talking about the piece that cannot be split? The benefit of talking about the unsplittable piece is to, in the end, prove the existence of God. The importance of the unsplittable piece to us is that it is a premise by which we arrive at proving the existence of the Creator. So if we need to prove the existence of the unsplittable piece, that is, if we need to argue for it, then we can argue for it. And then, once that's proven, then we will be able to prove that God exists. وَالْعَرَضُ مَا لَا يَقُومُ بِذَاتِهِ, and the fleeting quality, the temporal or temporary, transient, the transient quality is that which does not exist independently. وَيَحْدُثُ فِي الْأَجْسَامِ وَالْجَوَاهِرِ, rather it occurs in bodies and particles. These qualities, these transient qualities, meaning, well, he's going to say, كالألوان والأكوان والطعوم والروائح, like colors and the akwan, which we'll come back to, and flavors and odors, or smells if you want. What's the meaning of this? These are fleeting or transient, that means temporary, qualities. I'm saying fleeting and transient and temporary because the word arad, which technically is the attribute of the creation, why did they call the attribute of the creation an arad? Because the arad in Arabic is something temporary. It's fleeting. And so, since the attributes of the creation come and go, then they called them arad. And so a thing would be hot and then it would be cold. Or it could have one color and then it would have another color, and like that. He said, like colors and flavors and smells. And he said, wal akwan, and the akwan. Akwan, that refers to four things. The akwan refers to motion, stillness, contact, and separation. Motion, stillness, contact, and separation. Those are the akwan. These are perfect examples of transient qualities. And these four in particular, you want to bring these when you want to argue for the existence of God. What's special about these four transient qualities? What's special about them is that no substance is devoid of them. No substance, nothing with volume, is devoid of motion or stillness. And no substance is devoid of contact with something else or separation from something else. And it's obvious for you that those qualities alternate. So it will be moving, and then it will be still, and then it will be moving, and then it will be still, and then it will be in touch with something, and then it will separate, and then it will be in touch with something, and then it will separate. So these are the transient qualities of substances, coming and going. So if this is how the world is, substances made of single unsplittable pieces, bodies made of single unsplittable pieces with fleeting transient qualities, then there should be someone who made all of that. وَالْمُحْدِثُ لِلْعَالَمِ هُوَ اللَّهُ تَعَالَى. And the one who made the world occur is Allah, exalted is He. الواحد القديم الحي القادر العليم السميع البصير الشائي المريد. Al-Wahid, the one without a partner. Al-Qadim, the eternal without a beginning. Al-Hayy, the one with confirmed life, the ever-living, undying. Al-Qadir, the powerful. Al-Alim, the knowledgeable. As-Sami', the hearer. Al-Basir, the seer. Ash-Sha'i al-Murid, the willer, or the willing, the one who has will. Although neither of these two descriptions, adjectives, Ash-Sha'i or al-Murid, came explicitly in the Quran or the Sunnah. But some scholars said the presence of the verb, in the book or the Sunnah is enough evidence for us to use the adjective also. So when Allah says in the Quran, Inna Allah yaf'alu ma yurid, yurid, He wills. Yurid. Then some scholars said, therefore we can say Allah is murid, a willer or someone willing. And when it came in the Quran, Yasha, He wills, Yasha, then according to some scholars, this verb is enough for us to then also use the adjective and say that He is Ash-Sha'i, the one who wills, or the willer, or the willing. Laysa bi'arad, He is not a fleeting quality. Wala jism, nor a body constructed from pieces. Wala jawhar, nor an unsplittable piece. Wala musawwar, nor is He depicted, given an image. Rather, He is al-musawwir, the one who gives the images. Wala mahdud, nor is he limited, wala ma'dud, nor counted, wala mutaba'id, nor made of parts, wala mutajazzi, nor made of segments, wala mutarakkib, nor constructed or composed, wala mutanah, nor does he have an extent or an edge or an end. Wala yusafu bil mahiyah, nor is he described with a type or a kind or a species. So then he doesn't have a son, because if he had a son, he would have a kind. Wala bil kayfiyah, nor is he described with a mode or a way or with a how. Wala yatamakkanu fi makan, nor is he situated in a place. Wala yajri alayhi zaman, nor does time run over him. Wala yushbihuhu shay, nor does anything resemble him. Wala yakhruju an ilmihi wa qudratihi shay, nor does there escape his knowledge or his power anything. Yani, nor is there beyond his knowledge or his power, nor is there outside of his knowledge or his power anything. وَلَهُ صِفَاتٌ أَزَلِيَّةٌ قَائِمَةٌ بِذَاتِهِ, and he has attributes eternal with no beginning, existing by his self, yani existing because he exists. We usually say confirmed for his self, attributes confirmed for his self. وَهِيَ لَا هُوَ وَلَا غَيْرُهُ, and those attributes are not him, nor are they other than him. Those attributes are not him because he's not an attribute, nor are they other than him because it's not valid or possible that an attribute of God would go away or depart him. So his attributes are not parts or pieces of him, because he doesn't have parts or pieces. And his attributes are not him, because he's not an attribute. And his attributes are not other than him, because all of his attributes must be confirmed and none of them can be negated. That's unlike the case of the creature. Our attributes are not us, period. That's all. You stop there. We don't say that for Allah. We don't say his attributes are not him, period. Stop there. We say his attributes are not him, nor are they other than him. For the creatures, we say their attributes are not them. That's it. Why? Because it's valid that their selves would remain without all of their attributes remaining. Like what? Like the obvious fact that we came out of our mother's babies, little, weak, balled up babies. And now we have grown, etc. Our attributes have changed. But it's still us. So the attributes that you had when you came out of your mother are, some of them are gone, but it's still you, it's still the same you, so still the same self. And you gained new attributes that you didn't have before without yourself vanishing. So then we knew that our attributes are not us. It's not valid to say that our attributes are us, because it's valid that our attributes would depart us while ourselves remain. For the Creator, it's not valid to say his attributes are not him and then to stop. You have to say his attributes are not him, nor are they other than him. They are not him because he's not an attribute, but they're not other than him because it's not valid that they would vanish. And that topic can be elaborated on extensively, but now we just want to cover the Matn lightly and get a feel for what's here.